We begin 12 News at 4 with some disturbing breaking news. A high school student is dead, stabbed by a classmate inside a classroom at Maryvale High School. Thanks for joining us. I'm Troy Hayden.
And I'm Tram Mai. The school going into lockdown just hours after class started. Then about 2 hours after that incident, students were let out early. Phoenix police are about to provide an update in a live news conference. And of course, we will bring that to you as soon as they are ready. But here's what we know so far right now. Phoenix police responded just before 11 a.m. and learned there was a fight between two male students. At the time, the injuries to one of those students were described as critical. And now state education officials say that that student has died.
Let's go to Gabriela Becerra, who is at the scene, has been there most of the afternoon. And Gabby, again, shocking, something we don't hear about very often. I'm sure parents are shaken up. I'm sure students are. What do you have?
Well, Troy, it's been a long day waiting for answers, and in just a few minutes, we're hoping to finally learn more about what happened inside Maryvale High School this morning. Again, like you mentioned, a lot of parents showing up to campus with a lot of concerns and just seeking answers from both the district and police. Behind me, you can kind of see who we're about to hear from, just a bunch of officials gathering. We know the Phoenix Police Chief is here along with Mayor Gallego, some council members, and we're told possibly the superintendent of the district could be here as well. So we're waiting to see who will speak with us and who will be providing some insight on what exactly happened this morning. Again, just a lot of unanswered questions from parents. We saw at 1 o'clock as those students were released from their lockdown, building by building, they came out the gate and were reunited with a lot of parents who were just so grateful to finally see those students and get some relief. But we know that at least one family tonight is not going to have that reunion and is going through some grief.
What happened, Gabby? Because I don't think we've really gotten to that. It appears that this was some sort of a fight, from the information that I've heard, between these two students in a classroom. I know there's been video circulated where you actually see one of these students stabbing the other one, apparently with a pair of scissors. Elaborate on what you know at this point.
Yeah, not a lot of details. Pretty much what you said there. Two students were fighting. It's unclear what that fight could have been over, but a lot of parents, and you can see in that video that possibly a pair of scissors, just normal classroom utensils, were used in this violent attack. We're hoping that the Phoenix Police Department will be able to confirm any information about what led up to this stabbing and what all took place in that classroom, Troy.
And any word at all, Gabriela, just about, the two students in particular? I mean, what year they were? Anything at all?
Nothing that's been confirmed officially. Obviously, a lot of parents and students are sharing things that they've heard, but I wouldn't want to speculate until we have official confirmation from the police department or the district saying who all was involved in this situation. All
right, Gabby, thank you. So again, we are awaiting numerous city officials and school officials to come out and give us more information, hopefully some more solid information. Appreciate it, Gabby. But let's get to Rachel, if we can. Rachel Cole out there right now. Rachel, you were talking, I know, to students and also parents. What did they have to say?
Yeah, it was a panic mode out here a couple of hours ago when all of those parents got that alert around 11 o'clock. And then, of course, shortly thereafter, dozens turned into hundreds of parents and guardians right outside of Maryvale High School, right outside this particular gate where Phoenix PD has been camped out for the majority of the day. In the last couple of hours, we've seen a few patrol cars kind of leave the scene, but the command vehicle is over, of course, where Gabby is. That's about 57th Avenue in Osborne. And just so many parents panicked about how their kids were doing. A few of them saying that a lot of times they have to have their phones locked up in their backpacks. So the few that what I got to speak to said, yes, I heard from my child. However, I have another student on campus, and I know Tram can attest to that with twins. You have both your kids on campus at the time of something so serious, so severe, and in this case turns out to be fatal, and you have no idea if they're okay, all of your kids for that matter. So we saw a ton of people showing up in their vehicles to pick their kids up. Finally, building by building at random, we were told by different students, Phoenix PD and staff here on campus started letting the students out. We had a chance to talk to two sisters who were frantically texting back and forth. Listen.
I told her Eileen, and she told me, sister, I said, where you at? And I said, is this a real lockdown? And she said, and I said, what happened? Is it fake? And she said, I'm in my class. And she said that she was okay, and she said it's not fake.
Yeah, and that's when I told her that somebody got stabbed, and then that she said she was scared, and I told her that my signal was really bad, so to text me on messages.
Okay, guys, then of course we had a chance to talk to a mother who has two Maryvale students, one with special needs, the other a freshman brand new to campus. Here's what she had to say about the situation.
I was just saying thank God that you're okay, and just silently praying for the other children and families. But I was just hugging her tight and just saying thank God you're okay.
Just that I just really needed a hug from my mom. So scared, wishing that he was okay.
You just wait there with these parents, hoping that you can get some sort of detail as to what's happening. And then when you finally see their students come out, once they're safely released to their parents, the embrace that they share, the gratitude that they have for their child's safety, as Gabby said, not the case for this one family, but so many condolences already pouring in for that student. We don't know what age that student is or the circumstances surrounding the fight within that classroom, but we are staying in contact with Phoenix Police this afternoon to find out those details for our viewers and, of course, parents who never want to deal with this situation. But a lot of relief for the parents who showed up here today that we had a chance to speak to. Guys, we'll send it back to you.
Yeah, so incredibly frightening. And again, we are still waiting for that live news conference among city officials and also Phoenix Police Chief Matt Giordano, who we hear is on the scene there as well. Rachel, thank you.
Yeah, and we're hearing that news conference should take place in about 10 to 15 minutes. But, you know, Rachel, here's what I'm thinking. You look at even that young freshman girl you had there, you know, their bodies, they look like they're grown up, but at the same time, they're young people, they're kids, and they're dealing with the fact that one of their classmates was murdered on their campus. I mean, I can't even imagine what goes through your mind.
The raw emotion we saw from a lot of these kids who, of course, we report on, they always have their faces down in their phones and whatnot. Today, we saw so much emotion on their faces after the incident that surfaced here at Maryvale High School. And of course, the district was quick to put out a statement about what was going on. Parents said they were alerted immediately, which was why they were here for 3+ hours waiting. But yes, to see the exhaustion from not knowing what to expect. She was a freshman. She's just stepped foot on this campus for the first time a couple of weeks ago. Her sister's in another class with special needs. She can't do anything to help her, knowing that she needs help, being even that she's her older sister. And the mom's rushing down from work. She's leaving work because her kids need her, and she feels helpless and doesn't know what to do. Hangs a Yui, we're going to hear more from her at 5 o'clock, and just waits at the gate, hoping that her kids are going to come out safely. I can't even imagine the anguish for some of these parents and guardians who care for these kids, and a lot of them who have lived in this district their whole lives. They have nothing bad to say about the school. There's metal detectors at the school. I know Chase Go Lightly is going to be following up on safety protocol tonight at 10 o'clock, but what can you do if a student decides to allegedly make a weapon out of something that's already on campus? There's only so much you can do. So it'll be interesting to hear from officials about any changes that go into place moving forward.
Yeah, a lot of fear, a lot of panic, a lot of anguish. All right, Rachel, thank you.